Zero to Crypto here. Welcome back to another episode. This video is not financial advice. Instead, is to track my personal journey. Thank you for joining me. Hey, my friends. Thank you for swinging back in. I really do appreciate that. Don't forget to hit that like on the way in, as it really does help get this video out to more good folks just like yourself. If this is your first time here, thank you for taking a moment to check me out. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe on the way out. We're going to go over some swing trading options today. Make sure my pointer is working there. And also, we're going to go over the current market conditions, but I'm going to really dive in, show you guys how to make some money during this market volatility. Right now, we have Bitcoin holding at 38,700, down 13% for the week. Ethereum, 2,500, down 15%. BNB down 7% on the week at $383. XRP 72 cents, down 9% for the week. Terra Luna $80, down 12% on the week. Cardano 80 cents, down 18% on the week. Solana $84, down 17% on the week. And number 10, our final crypto top 10 is $72, down 20% on the week. I'll add in Polkadot there at 1687, down 13%. And, that's really mainly the top 10 that I usually will try to cover in the videos. Obviously, there are still some good ones down here. Don't get me wrong. I just try to stay in the top 10 for you guys. What I would like to talk about is, if you look at the weeklies here, Bitcoin almost 13%, Ethereum 15%. This is 1 week change, and that's kind of what I'm just really here to tell you guys about. We'll go over just real quickly, as you guys know, heavily invested in Cardano. I always like to add this to my video, just the Cardano pool health showing 70%. We're back up to 70% now. We dipped a little bit below 70% into the 69% range for a few days. And I just wanted to let you guys know we're back up into the 70%. So that's really good. And we're going to dive right on into the charts here. I will let you know that I'm going to be setting up a specific account. Right now, I want to actually get into these trades with you guys. But one of the things that is really I'm concerned, or that just makes extra editing or makes it a little more complicated, is my private information on my Webull account. I would need to open an additional Webull account, and there's just kind of some red tape with opening obviously a secondary account, so I may have to go with another exchange. But I want to show you guys, and with swing trading, there's no better way to show than to do it with you guys. So stay tuned for that. Within the next week, I will have a secondary account, and I will fund it with about $1,000, and we will enter these trades together weekly. Maybe just one trade a week for start, then maybe a couple trades a week, and just kind of go from there. But what I'd like to just remind you guys is that you don't have to have a strong understanding of the overall market to do swing trading. Swing trading is very short to mid-range, and you're really just looking at a smaller timeline. And again, I've mentioned this to you before. You do have to pick an asset that you're familiar with. You don't want to, and I said this I think in the beginning of the video, that you want to pick an asset that you're familiar with because you want to manage your downside risks. So for instance, if you're here with Cardano, and you can kind of see here 77 cents has really been the lowest that we have seen. And even if you look at the hourly, it's just the lowest that we have seen really. I mean, we had another touch over here. See where it was there. It was yesterday at 77 cents, and then we were at 74 cents over here on February the 24th. So managing your downside risks mean, like, when you're studying the asset, what is the lowest you've seen it get to? Like, okay, so for instance, you don't want to be in an asset, particularly like Bitcoin, when it's at 40,000. What is the lowest we've seen Bitcoin? Well, it has been down to about, I think, 29, 28, 29,000, around there at its lowest, in the last couple of few months. But with some of these bigger assets, there's so much more room for downside as opposed to upside because of the price that it's currently at. When you look at the charts, if you look at Bitcoin, if you're in a trade, in your swing trading, what you don't want, you want to pick an asset that has less downside, so that if it does take a turn for the worse, your losses are, limited. In this case, with Cardano being around 70 cent range, 70, 75, 80 cents is really all I've seen. So for it to go down below that, based off technical analysis, it's highly unlikely. It could happen, but it's highly unlikely. You take Bitcoin and you're swing trading it, and with Cardano, you're at 74 cents. Where you're exiting. You're looking for 80, 90, $1. You can see it here. So you're entering here, you're going to exit there. Okay, so when I'm going to tie that in with Bitcoin, say you enter at 38,000 and Bitcoin decides to do, one of those liquidations where it just, everyone sells and it just triggers more selling, and Bitcoin ends up at 25,000. That's a huge, or it ends up at 20,000, and you lose 50%. So what I'm saying is Bitcoin has a bigger risk for downside. But if you look at the Bitcoin chart over the last 3 months, you would say, okay, well, over the last come on now. You would say over the last 3 months, what is going on with this? Thank you. Over the last 3 months, it looks like Bitcoin, we were talking about this a minute ago, slid down to 33. But where was that at? Oh, it was over here. Slid down to 29.8, and that was July of 2021. So you could say, oh yeah, well, Bitcoin, it's not been below 29, so that's, minimizing my downside. But with an asset like Bitcoin, there's just more room for downside, because we don't know with the whales, how they can affect the price and when they're going to decide to sell. If you look at Ethereum, same thing. It's at 2,500. Well, Ethereum at its all-time high was 48, so 25. What is that? About half. So you could also look at Ethereum and say, well, I could get in now, and 22, 23 is a good price. It's not going to drop too much below that, but it could. And so I don't know Ethereum like that. I don't know Bitcoin like that. And to know when these huge sell-offs happen, and they do, I mean, I've seen them from the sidelines. So with that being said, I like to stick with assets that are near or under $1 in the crypto, and Dogecoin, Shib, those are also great swing trade assets, for short term, once you can study the charts and kind of see. Because a lot of times, it's almost, it's, you can almost call it. If you just look at the charts, it's like, you can never say it with certainty, but here we go. We were down here with Cardano at 76 cents on February the 24th. Wow. Wouldn't you imagine? We're down here at 78 cents again. They retest those lows. And so, and if you look at the 3 month before that with Cardano particularly, it was around the dollar range, and then we kind of fell below the dollar range. So this is a safer, for me, swing trade asset. than some of the others. And I'm just very familiar with Cardano, and I know where we're going. I mean, you don't have to really understand, you know, more than just charting. And, you know, you have to have enter and exit strategies where you're just looking. So right here with Cardano, we're, you know, currently at 80 cents. So you can see here, this was at the beginning of March, we were at just almost $1. So if we're at 70 cents, I would be looking to exit around 85 to 87 cents. And I would be waiting to get back in around the 74 to 77 cents again. And then, you know, you can choose when you get in at the 74, you can choose where you're going to exit. And this is the 1 hour chart. So it's not really showing you what I'm trying to show you here. Here we go. Let me reset the chart. Okay. So you can decide where you want to get out. If you can see here, this was on March the 7th. So that was just earlier in the night. Well, no, this was yesterday at, let's see, 1500. So that's 3 o'clock p.m. So this was at 77 cents. So you could choose where you wanted to exit. You could have exited up here at 81. You could hold it a little longer because you've seen right over here, we're at the 84. You know, we hit that a couple times here. We hit it right here. You know, 84 seems to be a little bit of resistance right now. You see where we're getting up to 84 and we just kind of we got shot back down. And the 77, but if you look over here, the same thing happened again. 81 cents, and we got shot back right down there at the 88 cents. So it just, you know, it's kind of predictable in that sense. When you can do technical analysis, you can see, you know, where you can enter and exit. I would urge you, and I'm not gonna put my personal link to, you know, to get free stocks for Webull or whatever, because I'm not trying to, you know, angle that towards this. I'm really just trying to help you guys. What I would urge you to do is to open a Webull account, fund it with 10, 100 or 1,000 or whatever dollars, and just start, you know, doing these swing trades. You know, enter, you know, Cardano specifically, you know, enter at the 70 to 80 cent range and hold it for a minute and just exit it around, you know, the 80, 90. You can do these trades in a week, 2 weeks. You don't have to do them every 2 or 3 days. So Cardano will be at $1 again soon. I mean, it's gonna test it again, and it's, you know, then it's gonna either go over it or get pulled right back down, and then you just keep repeating that swing trade. And you know, you can make good money doing that. You can make good money entering the market, or you can make the money in swing trading and, you know, kind of push it over to your main account to help cost average in. And that's really just all about timing. Okay, you guys can do this. I'm telling you, it's not as hard as you think. If you have common sense and you can look at, I mean, you can see the charts I'm showing you here. If you can just understand what I'm showing you, you can do it. Start small, see where it goes, work your way up from there. Thanks for listening, guys. If you found this video helpful, hit that like, subscribe, comment below if you would like me to cover a different asset, or you have an idea for a future video for tomorrow or whatnot. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Be safe.